I'm gonna get you out of that feeling of failing. This is how to pass UPCAT 2025. I'm Eunice, incoming UP Manila freshman taking biology. This video will be chopped into the timeline of preparation towards the UPCAT day itself. So let's start with what you should do months before the UPCAT. Tip number 1 is to enroll in review centers. Although expensive, it forces your mind to not miss a single study schedule. The review center on which I enrolled in, Brain Train Philippines, offered unique tips, a practice book with everything you need, and in-depth simulations for CETs in general. Not gonna lie, at times nakakatamad talaga, but that's where your dedication for entrance exams would be tested. I'm thankful that I got to enroll in a review center filled with all of my closest friends. The way that we would de-stress after every session is to just hang out after in places that we know.
Hot and dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us.
My tip is to skim through the table of contents of all of your academic books and highlight all of the topics that no longer ring a bell. In this way, you can avoid wasting your time studying lessons that you already know, aka your comfort zone. Instead, you can go study the lessons that actually need your attention. Tip number 3. Have a schedule for studying during the summer. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a summer. Instead, you should find a way to make studying bearable and effective for you. Try to find the best way you can retain information. Is it by studying by yourself? And if so, would that be in the afternoon or in the morning session? How many hours do you actually need to study in order to cover one single lesson? Or are you more inclined to doing group sessions? If so, would you be alright to slow down the pace for the benefit of other learners? Or would you rather do it yourself and end things whenever you like? Those are just some things to consider. Luckily, I have a link below that contains my personal planner last year when I was still studying for all of the CETs. They also come in bundles so you can have a grade tracker that would be helpful for the next school year as you go into grade 12. Tip number 4 is to download a lot of practice tests. You can find practice tests for any topic by simply typing the name of the lesson, worksheet.pdf in any search engine on desktop, Android, or Apple. Do these daily and take note of what you get wrong. If you want to make your life easier, go to my description and click the link below to all of the PDFs and worksheets that I use to study and review from last year. Now we go to the week before the UPCAT. List down all of the formulas you've learned in a single piece of paper. This is what I did last year. I compiled all of the formulas I've learned in math and physics and skimmed through it every day the whole week before the UPCAT. It helps with improving your memory and gaining confidence because obviously calculators are not allowed. Tip number 2, similarly, you can do this with all of the facts that you are still unsure of. Personally, this is what I did in learning common scientific names of flora and fauna. It gets easier to remember all of the facts and formulas if you carry it around you at all times when you have the urge to study it. My third suggestion is to visit your test center a week before taking the test. So back then, my family and I visited UPBGC to take note of the following. One would be the time it would take to get there, including the traffic that may come that day. Second would be finding parking. And third would be taking note of landmarks that we would pass through before reaching our destination. And I think if you clicked UP Diliman or UP Manila as your test centers, you really need to pay attention to the parking and the amount of traffic that you may encounter while on the road and the problems that might arise because of that. Okay, now this is what to do the day before the test. Number 1, wag ka na mag-aral. Do not study. Chat. Come on. It helped with my test anxiety that I did not study the day before. Instead, I did all of the things that I wasn't able to do because of the study sessions that I reserved during the summer. So all I did was play the piano, I paint, then I rested and slept and took a lot of naps. Which brings me to my next suggestion, and that is to sleep early. Subtests such as English and reading comprehension contains 1 to 2 pages of long passages that are difficult to answer if you fail to understand the context of their stories. Kaya matulog. Matulog, matulog, matulog. Number 3, get some snacks. I had to stock up on so many chocolates, Kit Kats, Pochi, and the freaking gummy worms.
Good afternoon, sir. Could we interest you in some chocolate?
Chocolate?
This is also helpful while you await to get inside your test center. If you are part of the afternoon session like me, expect the waiting time to be long because you're gonna wait for the morning session to finish. Most likely, you will wait under the rain, depending on the weather, under the scorching heat, etc. Having snacks can help you be more focused on the test rather than your appetite. Number 4, get your permit in order. Print it nicely, have copies, and get your signature on it if needed. You don't want to cram that kasi no test permit, no test. Good luck. Lastly, prepare your materials. Wala namang masyadong need. You just need to prepare a pencil, and if you want, have an eraser and a sharpener ready for your use. Now we're going with the day itself. Imagine that you were already in your test center, you were already inside the campus, and you are minutes away from answering the test that will decide your future. Go there early and expect a lot of waiting. Magbaon ng maraming pasensya and treat each inconvenience as a memory you can look back on a year or so after you passed. I know my personal journey was funny as it was stressful and memorable as it was taxing. Once you are in the test center, you will have 2 teachers in the room who will explain how to answer the forms and how to complete each subtest given the time that you are expected to finish it. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. That is all I have for today. I will look forward to all of my nervous ISCA and ISCA viewers to enter UP next school year. Good luck to you. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. This is your mom. Bye!